This is the last question I have for you, but I've got a nephew. He's an active Marine right now, serving in Japan. And just having this conversation with you, I think about him. I think about the experiences he'll have during his service, coming back and integrating into society. Such a good dude. And if you had advice for young Marines today who are active and expecting to one day reintegrate into society, like what's your advice, what's your chief advice to the Marines listening right now on how to navigate their individual narrative of their life when they're done serving, when they experience some loss and suffering? What's your advice to that person?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question. A couple of things. Firstly, when you get out, the separation between who you were when you served and how society sees you is going to change. And for many veterans, that comes with it a sense of a loss of identity. I would highly encourage you to find communities that you care about. We're taught in the Marines again and again to suck it up when we have a problem, which is to say to keep marching forward, complete the mission, and worry about yourself later. But too often, later never comes. You must, to be successful, be proactive with your mental health. Stigma be damned. It's your life on the line. And one of the things that I would encourage, it's the same route I went, would be to see the VA, to make sure that if nothing else, that you get documented what has changed for you. And because we're battling that suck it up mentality, I'll say clearly from my perspective that you can't outthink the physical changes in your brain if you're experiencing post-traumatic stress. The way that your brain operates literally is different. There's been damage. There is hope on the horizon. There is a path to recovery. There are several, but you must be proactive in searching them out. I will say, if you're really suffering, if you're on the edge because of failure of your own support structures or some awful trauma that's added to the awful traumas you've already collected, and you feel like that there's no other hope for recovery, there absolutely is. And it is absolutely difficult. I can't stress enough that it will be hard. But if at the end of the day, you're wrestling with the idea of, if you've lost the fear of death enough that you're contemplating suicide, then what the hell have you got to lose taking a chance on something like this? That's how I got into it, to be absolutely honest with you. I was suicidal, and I thought, if I don't change something, I'm going to make a bad decision. So I'm saying to you proactively, if you ever get to that place, look up Veterans of War. Look up the benefits of psychedelic healing. Look up Johns Hopkins. Look up Oxford and Georgetown medical libraries, and find the compelling body of evidence that's growing that our relationship to medicine and to each other may be drastically more interconnected than we ever thought.
Said. Amen. Amen. Wyly, I appreciate you, man. I'm looking forward to continuing following your story. If anyone wants to support, please go to veteransofwar.org/donate and follow Wyly Gray and follow Veterans of War online everywhere. And yeah, just bless you in your quest, man.
Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the GodXP podcast with Wyly Gray. Thank you so much for joining us.